Oh, cool.
Hey everyone, welcome back. We are going to do More Mortally Bankrupt. We just got basically done with character creation, so now we're going to quickly look over our XP triggers to see how we advance in this game and what we're rewarded for. So if you go on the advancement page of your reality star sheets, would you care to read those aloud for the chat?
When you create trouble for the sake of your creative vision, I'm assuming it says mark trope XP. If you express the facets of your personality, mark XP. And then when you reconcile with another star, mark XP in humanity. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay.
And mine is much the same, except that my first one is when you convert skeptics, mark trope XP. Otherwise, mine are if you express the facets of your personality, and when you reconcile with another star, mark XP in humanity.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Convert skeptics. Cool.
Perfect. So I think I have a pretty good idea for a starting situation. We're going to start, theoretically, with you getting paid for this job. We have two men in completely destroyed, very high quality tuxedos.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is just like missing half of the like over jacket thing, and the bow tie is just like destroyed.
It's shredded.
Yeah, shredded for sure. And they're just shaken from this wedding that they've just had, and they're handing you the check to pay you for what you did. This entire episode takes place before all that happens.
Nice.
Where do we go first? I think we start at the aisle, and you're like sort of to which side of the aisle are you on? Like sort of out of the way so that
right hand side.
I mean,
if there's a right and left. Maybe.
Is this a church? Is this
I was thinking like an open area, like an open like pavilion maybe inside this arcology where you can stare at
a rose garden.
Jupiter. Yeah, exactly.
They call it a rose garden, but it's actually all peonies. Yeah.
Too true. And they're expecting you to play a strange song for their wedding. Their wedding has been very unconventional and untraditional, but they have like this thin veneer of like they're still wearing tuxedos, but nobody else is like dressed up. They're all just in like graphic t-shirts and stuff, and there's like other DJs in other rooms that are like drowning out your sound, and
that's so fucking rude.
It is.
Do they know who I am?
Probably not. Do we have a group name? We should probably. Oh, we'll think on it. That's fine.
Yeah.
433. Okay, so there's this John Cage piece called 433 that's literally just 4 minutes and 33 seconds of silence. And I'm going to double check so I don't look like Boo Boo the fucking fool. Yes, yeah, 433, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So let me look at your names. Nazrin.
Darling, call me Che.
Che?
Yeah.
When was the first time at this? What was like the first red flag you got from this wedding?
The trapeze artist. I don't know where that trapeze is coming from because there's no ceiling. But they wanted it for the aesthetic, and I should have been extremely worried then.
Mm-hmm. Were you told that there was going to be a trapeze artist when they invited you to?
No, honestly, like we were told 433 was told that it was going to be a wedding.
Not a circus.
It has
not a circus, not an ordeal, not a gauntlet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was the first red flag. So I'm still getting a hold of your names. So JJ.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about this wedding so far? It's like very like weird, but you know, people are having fun and stuff, so that's good, right?
Well, I mean, I kind of dig the vibe, except they got peacocks over there, and it's throwing off the whole acoustics. You know, too much stuff moving around, man.
Too true.
But if we could maybe get like a clear 3-meter avenue that's just cleared of all life, like 30 degrees to the right, that would really let the signal in. Then our piece would really speak to people. I know it's not all about us. It's your event.
It's all about it. No, it is. It's all about us. Don't be on that boat. It's all about us.
Well, okay. In that case, yeah.
When are you having this
what conversation?
We're playing while we have this conversation because nobody can fucking hear. We're the only people who can hear our own music. So like, I've got like the viola.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, listen, this is all about us. This is all about us.
Mm-hmm.
We're being disrespected. Our artistry.
We could write a song about it. We probably have. It's like we could write a third album about it.
Are your chairs like shoved like directly next to each other so that you can have like this sound bubble that protects you from like other people listening in on your gossip?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you're having
our
this
elbows are hitting each other's. Sorry.
Yeah.
And we're like, nudging. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So you're having this conversation as like people are like starting to like finally mingle together to come down this aisle, and who knows if they're just going to like run down or skip or what's going to happen there.
Ride
or
miniature horses. Yeah.
Or Gangnam Style down the aisle.
All of the above.
This is like any of these could be on the menu of
that would be an improvement at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
There were already ballerinas. Just like a full troupe.
Mm-hmm.
How did you even get a DJ to fit in the coat closet, man?
He's very gay.
Where's the point? Oh.
Wow.
One of our superpowers, the homosexuals, is compaction. It's on the superpower wiki. You should check it out.
Mm-hmm. Compaction and compunction. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Our hearts. Cool. So where's the DJ, like, where's their music coming out of? I imagine like there's this like contained space that's like a way back, like the like red carpet goes down like a ways, and then like if you just keep following that general line even after it stops, there's like some sort of building that like contains that sound but still is so blaring it's
like a pump house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd like it better if it's not even like meant to be used for receptions, but yet here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Here we fucking are. Can't believe
just like a very Freddy Krueger interior with a decorated, of course, like hurricane lamps and flowers and stuff. But
and this is also the client specifications. Like that's why this place exists.
Mm-hmm. There are like double doors that come up like this like Vesica Pisces sort of shape, and
that's the 69, right?
No, it's the
oh no, is that Gemini?
It's like the center of the Venn diagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was leading into a nice joke, but kill my bits. Fucking kill my bits.
Oh, no. I'm imagining it's like a glass door, but there's like also like wrought iron that like weaves in and out of the glass.
Mm-hmm.
And it just does not contain the noise. The sound will like, it makes like the wrought iron and the glass rattle against each other. So
like a storm door.
Yeah, it's like click, 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 click.
So there's some serious ass bass going on in there, is what I'm getting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm celloing as hard as I can cello right now, and it's not even doing anything against that, man.
Mm-hmm. Shall we make our first roll to like figure out a solution so that you can
absolutely.
be heard against that cacophony?
Yes. Is this what we call the engagement roll? Is there an engagement roll in this game?
There's an engagement roll in this game.
There was for the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, I see what you did there.
Huh.
Sorry, it won't happen again.
That was good. That was good. That was good.
I strongly approve.
That was great.
Let's do the engagement roll. Let me find out where this is because I just made this at 3 a.m. yesterday. I found it. So it's on the random table sheet on the reality show thing, because that's where I'm at right now.
Oh yeah, I see it.
There are 3 plan types, and those are the little bold things. There's a competition, a party, a creation, and a performance. And those kinds of what those things mean come after that, and then there's details for each of those that you have to supply.
I think this is competition.
At least for right now, against the
like it'll change once we're in the
like
shit.
overall, it might be like a performance plan, but yeah, I think we're trying to
at this
or
the
is
game
it
plan or strategy?
Yeah, if you'll indulge me for a second, I'm going to make the DJ as a faction.
Okay.
And the people who are having the wedding as a faction. I gotta pick one of these faction types. Pick their impulses.
Impulse subwoofer.
Impulse subwoofer, yeah. See, I was thinking their impulse might be to create mass destruction on a musical level. And they have to be DJ something. DJ
Todd Swallows.
What did you say?
I said DJ Todd Swallows.
Well,
I don't know I know exactly where that came from, but
I feel like
you don't have to use that. You can but me.
I could, but I feel like we could meet halfway and we could go DJ Swallow.
Sure.
There's just some iffy logo work.
It's a bird logo. It's fine.
It's a flock of birds in flight. It's very artistic. It used to be DJ SPITZ.
Good heavens.
I went there.
You did.
Okay.
I'm fine with this.
Achievement unlocked.
Achievement unlocked. Back on my bullshit.
DJ Swallow is destroying your sound.
Fuck that guy.
With his like growl basses and vowel based nonsense and
dubstep.
Yep. It's just dubstep.
It's like that Key and Peele skit. Have you guys seen that Key and Peele skit with the dubstep?
No.
Look it up later.
I feel like I might have. And I've decided what faction type I'm going to make the wedding people, the people who are having the wedding. They are going to be visionaries, and their impulse is to squander resources on pipe dreams.
I hate them.
I mean, they are having a wedding.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And there's a trapeze artist.
That's true.
Is the whole thing on Twitch? That's the trashiest thing I can think of.
Yes. Is it on Twitch because the trapeze artist is just like
Oh man, like an
Streaming
overhead nausea cam. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, I hate it.
GoPro trapeze artist.
Uh,
No. Don't like it.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I love it, but I have very visceral reactions to.
Perhaps they have a regular camera person then. All right.
No.
maybe it's like a crane cam. Maybe there's just like a dude like taking a big crane shot of this whole wedding.
Mhm.
Occasionally, like they pan over to Jupiter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was being silly. I love how much I don't like queasy cams because oh god, there's a new Cheerios commercial campaign and their commercials just are not nice to my sensibilities because it's like they strapped a camera onto the spoon itself and like people are drinking like the milk of the cereal and it's running all down their face and just
It's so hot. Milk was a bad choice.
it's a thing. Wow. So I'm going to make the couple. Do they have a shared name, or are they hyphenating or keeping their names separate, or are they just the couple?
The couple formerly known as
Or they changed their
something,
name to a
something.
symbol. Yeah.
Smith Smythe.
Oh, Smith Smythe.
Yeah.
I love it.
But like now that they're together, they're functioning as a unit. It's a metaphor for the limiting condition of matrimony in our modern society.
I'm going to type out how I think this name is spelled. Is it Smith
S-M-Y?
Smythe? Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
Excellent. FKA.
I've got a plan for how we can deal with DJ
Break his knees.
Swallow.
Yep.
Oh, I was thinking of something musical, but I mean, we could do
Oh,
that
okay.
too.
If you insist.
But so I was thinking we could, we could write a song that incorporates their harmonics into our music and then reflect it back at them. And then suddenly, they're in this shower of breaking glass and everything. And we're out here and everybody's hearing our vibe, man.
We could take a pair of bolt cutters and just cut the power supply. I've got bolt cutters in my viola case. Like, we can fucking go. I'm always ready for competitors.
Oh, because of what happened last Wednesday. Yeah, I got you.
Our bolt cutters are included in my load.
Mm-hmm. So the way items work in this game is we don't really like track them like we do in Blades. They're all like, they're fixed to your lifestyle, which is your stash divided by 10 and stuff like that.
Math.
Currently you have awful bolt cutters, but you can have bolt cutters if you want.
Sure.
They just might.
They just suck.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's direct and straightforward. I like it. It's not much in the spirit of competition, though. But I mean, winning's winning. You know what? Winning's winning. That's what Vin Diesel says. So I got to subscribe to that.
So it sounds like we have a plan and a detail. Our plan is, if we're still down for it, we're competing by cutting the electrical supply to the speakers and maybe to the DJ's own like computer or something, like to like their
laptop.
Yeah.
They're sick DJ rig.
Synthesizers. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In that case, like, we don't actually need bolt cutters for it, but I think Che is extremely extra.
Extra is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only way to be sure.
Yeah. Listen. And in a pinch, you can smack someone with them.
And while you're doing that, I'll be playing both instruments.
Oh. I don't know how that's accomplished. Probably some kind of dark bargain with an eldritch force that definitely doesn't exist.
I can, don't worry, I can I'll convince one of the audience to
You
come
can-
up, and then I can mesmerize them to learn just enough music to carry us along until you get back.
Yeah, yeah. But we can, yeah, sure.
I don't
yeah.
know, like, is that a thing that I can do? I have no idea, but it sounds
Yeah.
the kind of like crazy.
It sounds
like
yeah.
Like
new
bullshit.
agey- yeah. Let's brainwash someone
like
to play
new
music
age
with us.
pseudoscience. Yeah.
Mhm.
So let's make this engagement roll first.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. We don't need to plan. This is Blades. We don't plan.
Yeah,
I've never planned in my entire life.
We get +1 die if one star is unhappy with this plan or this detail. Like if one person's just like not on board with it, then we get +1 die. If they wanted to do this some other way.
I don't know how's JJ feeling about bolt cutters.
JJ liked the fighting with harmonics idea, but I don't think I don't think that it's unhappy. Really, I'm
Okay.
sorry. I don't truly feel unhappy with this plan. I like the idea of bolt cutters and just brutal.
-1 die if the stars are in perfect consensus.
I don't think we're in.
I don't think we're in perfect consensus either. I think we're
No.
yeah. +1 die is likely +1 die if this plan is likely to keep the stars ignorant, just like to the Eldritch Horror thing.
Yeah, this is not really invoking any powers from
Nope,
beyond.
not really. -1 die if this plan is likely to reveal the true nature of the world.
No.
Or wait, I think we answered those questions backwards. I feel like you're likely to remain ignorant to the horrors, so you get +1 die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you have 2 right now. +1 die if the stars take care to remind the audience who everyone is. Like if we were playing this game a whole bunch, like we would remind everyone who DJ Swallow is, and like he's the guy who makes dubstep and blah 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 blah.
Oh, I got you.
We hate
Okay.
him. Yeah.
We do previously
Like,
on Mortally Bankrupt.
Hyper recappy even more than this game already is. Then you get
Mhm.
+1 die for that.
Oh, okay.
But we're just starting out, so I don't
Oh
feel
God,
like we
it's
do that.
like filmed like Hell's Kitchen. Got it. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. And -1 die if this plan involves the dark web, which I don't think it does.
No.
I'm not sure what it is in reference to this game, so probably not either.
Yeah. In this game, there are horrors that lurk in the dark web. And sometimes you're just like, I'm going to download a file of some music, and this music isn't quite the same as it
I
was. And then they've just backdoored their way into your mind. And
You wouldn't download Cthulhu.
no. So that sounds like 2 dice. I'm going to
Okay.
roll 2 dice. Each one.
That's
That's a 5.
All
risky.
right.
So
If that even exists here.
it doesn't actually. We, instead of positions, we have aesthetics, because
Okay.
of course we do. There are 3 aesthetics that this game can be in. We can either be in a flashy aesthetic, which is like hyper modern, like lower thirds, everything's like really shiny and clean and barf modern. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a dark aesthetic, which is like very cinematic, like think Mr. Robot, the way that that's shot in almost every episode, with just like the weird, unsettling camera framing and stuff. And then there's a corrupted aesthetic where everything's glitchy and everything's glitch art, and none of the sounds sound right and stuff like that.
Okay.
For the engagement roll, we start with what the dice tell us. From here on out, I am going to deflect some questions onto you and one onto myself. And we are going to use the answers to those questions to reestablish what our aesthetic is continuing to be. But right now we're in a dark aesthetic.
Okay.
So everything's like kind of like edgy and cyberpunkish, I imagine, because especially if we're like sneaking our way into like this neon rave building.
Mhm.
Right. It's
Yeah.
like the nighttime has that sickly green tint to it instead of just regular blue nighttime. Yeah.
So there are three components to the aesthetic. There's the shot, like the camera shot. There's
Mhm.
the music, and there's the graphics, or the editing, or like how colors are shifted and whatnot. Let's do some practice, and let's describe what this looks like. Who wants to control what? We're going to split this all among us since we're three people.
Okay.
There's the camera shot,
Right.
there's the music, and there's the graphics.
I'll do the music.
Okay. I'll do the camera. Sure.
Sure, I'll do the graphics then. I think I have a good idea for the graphics.
Okay, you start to like establish the
Okay.
tone.
I think the graphics are like that trend that's been popular recently where it's like grayscale except for the pops of color from the lights.
Mhm.
And the lights are like flashing like blue and like maybe like blue and gold back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
The music is just like a single low droning cello note, like at the very bottom of the instrument's range.
I like that.
Yeah.
And the camera work is as we follow Shay towards her date with Destiny with her bolt cutters. It's like stalker cam ish, like following her from like watching her, move away, like from the audience's perspective, almost like a face in the audience of the wedding party, and then it goes to like a down low next to the bolt cutter case where she opens up, not the bolt cutter case, or a viola case, where we see it open up, but we don't know what she's pulling out.
There's a special compartment for the bolt cutters.
It seemingly producing it from nowhere,
Mhm.
and then again into this rave section, we establishing shots, gyrating guests, probably. It seems like the wedding actually hasn't happened yet, right?
Is this like the are they pre-gaming? Is this the warm-up rave?
It's supposed to be like happening now.
They've kind of just started everything all at the same time. Okay.
Yeah, before you went in with the bolt cutters, what was supposed to happen was people were supposed to be lining up to like do the actual wedding.
Yeah. Did they just get distracted?
I guess.
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, we are going to get this back on track.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think our final shot for this action, I guess, is close up from film from below up at Shay as she walks purposefully towards whatever power cable she can suss out.
Mm-hmm. I think if you want the easy one, the easiest one is going to be the huge cord that connects all of the sound stuff to the huge speaker.
Mm-hmm.
But the cable's like pretty huge. It's like, I want to say like
the thickness of an arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like a medium though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's definitely bigger than your bolt cutters, so you're gonna have to like chew through it. It's gonna be in between that. There's going to be a part where like certain frequencies are like getting torn apart from his
it's
music.
what she deserves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is DJ Swallow a she?
No. There's a meme. It's a meme.
Oh,
okay. Kardashian.
Gotcha.
Yeah. No, that would be weird.
Yeah, I think DJ Swallow is a he.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we're gonna go into weird territory if
yeah. Okay, so yeah,
Yep.
so chewing through the big cable's one option, and my determination levels are very high here. Do I have another option?
If you want to get closer, there are other wires to snip, but people might see you on stage.
Oh, there's a stage now. Okay. Okay. Do I want to do the easy thing, or do I want to do the stupid ass thing that's probably going to get me caught?
That one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the stupid ass thing. I think that trying to chew through this is a really shitty bolt. These are shitty bolt cutters.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and like find where the individual wires separate out and just like start lopping the thinner ones.
Mhm.
If that's cool with you.
If you're like going back behind the stage, what you see is like it zooms in on like one of the cords that are like hanging off of the back and like leading to like some signal amplifier thing or something.
Yes, we know technology. We love technology.
Yeah.
I love technology.
So it has come to my attention that some of the people in chat are confused about how to do chat. So I will talk to chat for a second. Hi, chat. To be Eldritch Horrors, you play
Take the baby.
games, and the main game that you're supposed to be playing right now is called Terrible Whispers. Terrible Whispers is like on, what page is that on? Like page 6, I want to say. Let me check this real quick. Yeah, it's on page 6. Basically, if you want the short gist of it, just offer us Devil's Bargains, and we will be able to take dice from you. Actually, in this game, we can't offer Devil's Bargains to each other unless we've made horrors. Only horrors can offer Devil's Bargains to us. And we can save your dice for later if we want to, or we can use them right away.
Okay.
I will try to keep my eye on chat, but I think it would be helpful if Eric also kept his eye on chat and fed us infos. Because
there's a question.
My eyes can only be in so many places at once.
We'll just grow a third one. It's not that hard.
Exactly.
I see a question. What knowledge do you fear? Do I engage with that? I don't know how this works.
So the way that questions work is Eldritch Horrors can also ask us questions, and we can do like a reality show confessional to those questions. So like when they say, what knowledge do you fear? If I were a reality star, I could be like, I could go into like some spiel about my past and like talk about.
If you want a weepy dramatic monologue, I'll give you a weepy dramatic monologue.
Yep. But the point of that is you can either clear one's stress by confessing, or you can take all that aesthetic stuff and say fuck you to part of it and like change the aesthetic around any way that you want to, because when you're doing the confessional, you have the power over all those things. So.
Okay. So do I have to, when a question is posed, do I have to answer it immediately? Do we just like cut away to the confessional booth, or can I hold it in my back pocket?
I think this is a good point where we could do that, because like you're like hunting over the wires everywhere and like trying to find the best one, and then we can like confess to answering that question, and we could shift the aesthetic around so that it's nicer.
Music rises with tension, and then we cut to confessional.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so let's just do that thing then. So like we cut to the confessional, and I don't know, like in that establishing shot of like the grooms with their tuxedos wrecked, did we also look wrecked? I feel like this is this is afterward.
Yeah, I feel like so.
Yeah, and like she had her hair like in an updo. Che had her hair in an updo, but now it's just like half of it's down. And she's holding herself like nothing's wrong. What knowledge do I fear? Knowledge. I fear the knowledge that sometimes I can't know if my instrument's out of tune, that my ears might be slipping. I'm afraid of that self-knowledge. And like she like gets visibly emotional, even though this makes no fucking sense. Like this clearly makes sense in her head. If I'm playing badly, I just don't want to know. Adam, you're muted. Did you mute yourself on purpose? Okay. Just let me make my music, yo. Just let me make my music. I'm an artist. Let me play. And then cut back to like with the bolt cutters. About to like snap the wire to the subwoofer.
So since you're like, you don't have any stress yet because you're like a clean character, how do you want to change the aesthetic that we've established?
So am I choosing between flashy, dark, and corrupted? Is that what I'm doing?
I think so.
Then we're dark. I want to go corrupted. Is that wait? So is this a good, better, best kind of situation?
It's not the same as positions where control is the safe one.
No, then I want to go corrupted. Like
awesome.
I want the metaphorical camera to like glitch on my bolt cutters and like randomly pixelate parts of the screen.
Like you're cutting the actual show.
Yeah.
Bites in. Yeah.
It's a metaphor.
Yeah.
It's all metaphors. We love the metaphors. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So on the job tab, that's where we can find the action roll stuff. We are going to finally cut these wires.
Thank you for your question.
Yeah, exactly. That was a good question. Pick up good answers.
Okay.
And for the goal, I think the goal is like cut the wire or something.
Cut the wire unseen. Or no, cut the correct wire the first time.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So do I write that in?
Yep. And then there are drop-down menus beneath that. Make sure you do all of the drop-down menus before you click the action roll button, or nothing will happen.
Okay. Facets.
This is another thing. In this game, I completely stripped out the action ratings, and I replaced it with beliefs that you hold about your own identity, and you can invoke them to. It's sort of like in Fate, how you can invoke aspects to help you. Yeah. Each facet that you invoke gives you 1 die. Each facet that you think doesn't help you or like harms you will give you drama, which is a useful thing on the show sheet that we can talk about later.
So I don't have to fill all these in now. I can just like pull one out of my ass pocket.
Yep.
As I need it for a roll.
Exactly.
Okay. Right in a facet base. And are these like one-word descriptors, or are they like, because the example facet is what I see in my imagination is more perfect than any human could be.
It can be 1 word, or it can be many words. However you want to say it.
Okay. Write in a facet based on your vice. My vice is brainwashing, so I think this facet is going to be I am in control.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is Yeah.
So you've been brainwashed to. That kind of says something about your brainwashing too. It's like it reminds me of Angela and Mr. Robot when she was like doing the self-help tapes.
I've never actually watched Mr. Robot, but I'm gonna trust you. I should. Yeah. I should. Okay. So that's not going to hinder me.
Yeah, it's probably going to help you.
It's probably going to help me.
The upside to brainwashing.
Yeah. Listen. Some of it's positive reinforcement. You gotta cover all your bases. I'm going to keep the rest of those facets in my back pocket for in case I need them in the next hour and a half. Sure. What's my aesthetic?
Corrupted.
Corrupted, right? Because that's what I made it. What's my effect?
I think your effect is standard since you're getting up on the stage to cut wires. Yeah.
Any extra dice? Do the horrors in the chat have a devil's bargain for me?
Horrors, give us bargains. Let me see. Cool, we have a bargain. The building has a skylight or some opening to a constellation.
Okay. Sure. I'll take that. That could not come back to haunt me in any way, shape, or form.
Look, nothing's going to come through that skylight. Nothing's going to crash. It's fine.
No. That's fine. That's cool. Everything's good. Cool and good. What's this specialty tiki box?
So you know special armor from Blades?
Oh yes, yeah.
And you know how in the last edition it stopped being just armor and started like you could push yourself with it too. I don't understand how armor helps you be more competent at things, so I just changed the name to specialty.
Okay. Yep. I'm not going to take the tiki box. Should I just hit the action roll button?
Yep.
Bam.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. So you do it with extreme effect, but it is not clear how or why. Add a recap question to the list about how this happened.
Is that just like a thing that happens?
Yeah. It's perfect. You do it marvelously. You cut the wire the first time, and as soon as you cut the wire, the entire screen just like falls apart into like there's like nothing preserved anymore. Like the entire thing fills up with static. The show's over. How are we going to watch this show anymore?
I am the show.
Yep. And suddenly we're back to where we were before, with how this was supposed to go originally, where like the doors have begun to open and everything is perfectly silent inside that building, and the groom and groom are coming through the doors because they're not partying in there anymore. And they're actually doing what they're supposed to be doing for this wedding.
Cool.
Okay. So do I just like sneak back around and like be like, yo, give me my view of the back, like let's
or have you been in your seat the entire time?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You've been in the seat the entire time, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to ask a recap question on the show real quick.
Sure.
So how did that happen? Is my question.
Oh, are you asking me?
Oh, I am asking the sheets. Something is wrong with the sheets, so I'm just going to put it in chat. What happened with the glitching? Apparently, when you glitch out the show takes some of your code away with it. That's weird.
Okay.
So what that is that's a recap question. What recap questions serve to do is they kind of focus our game in like the weirder parts of the world. And if we were doing like a longer show, what we would do when we come back from breaks or come back from like long, like we've taken a week-long break because that's how RPGs work.
Mm-hmm.
We answer the recap questions that have been answered in the fiction to like catch everybody up on what's been going on.
Yeah. Just
So
as
if
like
one-
a hot reminder.
Yeah, exactly. So
About
one day we find out.
glitching last session.
Yeah. If
Okay.
one day we find out why the glitching happened and what that was all about, then we can fill people in. And it's like a big mystery and whatever.
Cool.
Can I just tell you what happened? No, I won't tell you. It's a mystery. It is a mystery. You don't get to know.
Yeah.
That's a higher Patreon reward tier.
It's true. There's also another bargain in chat that I am seeing.
Yeah, there is.
There's a bunch of worms everywhere that are of unusual size and have a taste of animal flesh. So when we come back from the break, there's just like, everything's fine. The lovely couple is coming down the red carpet, and now there's worms. Worms. Great. Do we want that bargain?
Yes. Fuck it. This is the worst wedding ever. Oh, OG Adam is frozen.
I am frozen, but I am unfrozen. So what'd you decide?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Fuck it. Let's make it the worst wedding ever.
Are the worms the red carpet?
Oh, that's the worst.
See, I was thinking the worms are the flower petals.
Ooh.
Oh,
They're like the little maggots, and they're still moving.
Mm-hmm.
And every once in a while, like somebody gets really intrepid and goes like, yeah, and like eats one.
Best wedding.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. So I'm gonna tick that we have a bargain die on the show sheet that we can spend later. Oh, and just for my own bookkeeping, I should mark that you spent that confessional too. Great. You have 7 of those.
okay.
You have 6 left since you spent the first one.
Okay.
When you run out of those, the way you refresh them is by starting drama and being terrible people. Because when the drama clock fills, you clear confessionals. That's how that works.
Okay.
That's what drama is. Yep. Okay, so they're finally coming down the aisle, and now you have to perform. Maybe we do like the next engagement role now.
Okay.
Since because we're no longer competing with that nonsense anymore.
Fuck that guy.
Yep.
Do we know that there was at one point a DJ Swallow, or is that gone?
Other musicians are irrelevant.
Well said. Well said.
I think.
Did we just erase DJ Swallows?
I think
from
so.
Existence?
Yeah, I think so.
There was never a rave.
There was never a rave.
Okay. Sure, that's extreme.
Picked the wrong week to stop doing peyote.
Yeah. Apparently he never showed up because he had something wrong with his equipment or something.
It was me.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so yeah, anyway, the grooms are coming down the aisle. There's worms writhing everywhere in the flower bouquets. Yeah.
And so now I guess the engagement role is a performance-based one.
Yeah.
That's, what we're going for.
Okay.
So we want to. I think there is no better time than to showcase our new material for these captive audience members.
Yeah.
It's maybe not what they asked for, but it's deep down, it's what we wanted. We know what they want.
We know. All right. What is this new material? You wrote it. You gave me the sheet music, and I just found it. Like,
well, I feel like secretly this was given to me by the psychic cicadas, and so it sounds at first like a droning of countless wings, and that's your part, while the ominous undertones of impending ravenous doom come in, and then a slight trilling of human screams and chasing, of forever being prey.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a perfect undercurrent for these nuptials that are going to happen. I think it's very metaphorical.
We love metaphors.
Yeah.
So we have more bargains.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
I really like the one that King Serpent gave. He gave like a question as well as a bargain.
Oh.
Twofer.
So let me read it.
Okay.
You look at a strange constellation. Give me one of your defining memories. Replace it with one devoted to me. Worship me.
Which dark power is our pal here representing?
Let me see if I can scroll up and see.
Oh, Disharmonious has one too about tuxedos. It's pretty tasty as well. Lord of Serpents. Thanks. No, King Serpent is Lord of Serpents. That's easy to remember.
Oh,
That's right. Yeah.
Worms eat DJ's follow. Oh god.
Oh, gross. The very Magnus archives.
So,
all right.
JJ, do you want to stare at a constellation and
I absolutely do.
worship a dark god?
I mean, I guess we're quote unquote outside anyway.
Yeah.
So as I'm falling into the vibe of the music, and I look up at the stars. They speak to me, and the memory I have, instead of that time when I took the viola and tried to do the fiddle game at the rundown restaurant, it's now walking into an abandoned some sort of, it's not a chapel exactly, but it has a holy feel to it, that this is an important place. It's probably just like a bus station, right? But it's somewhere big, big high ceilings, and in there the angle that this flashback camera shows, it shows like it's filming from JJ's back, and you can tell that from his perspective, certain architectural features in this line up only from his perspective to form a great serpent. And he just falls on his knees and weeps for how beautiful it is.
Good.
I fucks with that. Sure.
So you get to change the aesthetic again to whatever you want it to be.
As we come back from this flashback memory thing, I think we're gonna go flashy, because I feel like, except for the worms, it's like it's a bright, it's a complete 180 from where we were before. It's gonna heighten that sense of a change from the corrupted rave bolt cutter, which never happened.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. And you're also accepting their bargain because you were replacing. Yep.
Yes.
So that's, to be perfectly clear, this is an extra die in his back pocket for later on.
Right.
It's also a die in your back pocket.
Oh.
It's on the show sheet, so any of you can take it.
Also, Disharmonious, I like your question. It's a good question. I'll probably answer that later if I need to do a confessional.
That is a good question.
It's
and also, like, theoretically, we overwrote how we met with worshiping the King of Serpents.
I was just trying to do cello practice, like viola practice, like. Then this dude comes in and starts crying. I'm like, oh my God, please, you're ruining the acoustics. Jesus H. Christ. Ugh.
All right, so am I action rolling for the performance, or are we not doing? Sorry, I lost myself a little bit there.
Yeah. Me too. I think we've kind of like engagement rolled ourselves with the confessional, because now we're in like a different spot and we can just like kind of continue from here, I think, instead of rolling all over again. So now we're in a flashy aesthetic.
And we're playing this fucked up music.
Yeah.
I don't know where the screams are coming from, but like, sure, I'll go with it.
We're at directly the right spot in this arcology park, so that when the sound waves bounce off whatever barrier keeps the endless void from us.
This is a pocket dimension.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But there's some sort of barrier.
Some sort of.
Well, when it comes back, it intersects what's coming out, and it makes the screams as like the phantom third and fourth members of our quartet.
Oh my God, is that what happened to them?
You have to summon them back with music to keep playing.
And here's the thing, they can't play anymore. It's just screams. They just keep screaming. I told you we cannot keep a good violist. You keep sacrificing them to the Serpent King in your blood rights.
The Serpent King's got a Serpent King.
Juilliard. Do you know how hard it is to find a Juilliard trained violinist?
It was really hard, and the Serpent King said it was really pleased.
Fuck.
And more, please.
Now we gotta like go for some like violinist from the fucking Eastman School of Music. That's Rochester.
Maybe just one of the grooms.
Ugh. I can't deal with you right now. Is this drama?
I think it might be. So
also, like, as we're having this, we're like still talking as we're having this conversation. Yeah.
This is why you're so close together.
You're still playing. We're having this conversation.
Yeah. You always talk while you're still playing.
Yeah. No one can hear us over the screams.
I have a question that we forgot to establish earlier.
I love questions.
So there's like a hack thing in the Blades book about trust issues.
Yes.
If you have read that thing before, this is
I've
that thing.
read that page.
Yeah. Okay, then I will explain it. It's really simple. Do you trust each other or hate each other?
I fucking hate this guy.
I was gonna say, I trust her.
Can be asymmetrical.
Can be both, right? Yeah.
It can be asymmetrical, and it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Cool. So if you trust the other person, you get access to some moves with them. And if you hate them, you get access to other moves with them. If you hate a person, you can start drama with them, and that gives your show more drama so that you can do more confessionals, so that you can do more coke. Yeah. And if you trust each other, then you can do group actions and help each other and stuff like that.
Okay.
But if you distrust each other, then you can like throw each other under the bus and have them do things for you. And yeah.
We take all that time interviewing violinists only for them to end up on the black stone altar. No, I hate this guy. There's auditions. There's an audition process. It's very arduous. Okay, I'm done.
I love it. Yeah. This game is so good.
It's the Serpent King is the one choosing them. I'm just its mouthpiece and hands sometimes, because snakes don't have the hands so much.
Oh, there's a bargain in chat that is everyone feels worms under their skin. Are there? I'll take that worm. I'll take that worm bargain. Yeah, everybody feels worms under their skin.
Are we all good with worms?
Yeah.
I'm good with worms.
Yeah.
Oh, good God. Okay, more dice.
This is how the tuxedos got shredded.
Oh, yeah. Did they just like rip them off?
Yeah.
Oh, gross. Also, I don't know. Is this confessional time? Like, there's a ton of questions.
Yep. We're just like staring at like, I'm imagining all these confessionals are happening while the music is being like played.
They're doing their wedding stuff in the background. The officiant, if there is an officiant for this. Or...
I just remembered a fun thing.
Oh,
One of your upgrades for the show for being a band is that you get another fun thing in this game. One of your crew upgrades, like one type, is that you get like special effects that you can do on reality itself. The one you
worms.
get for being a band is slowing down time, because I have
Mhm.
never not seen a music video where time hasn't been slowed. So I'm imagining like you're spending the bargain die and like everything's in like this beautiful high frame rate slow motion, and
Mhm.
like with one pull of the bow there's one confessional, and with the next there's more information we're learning about your character. So yeah, let's just do a bunch of confessionals
Yeah,
right now.
it sounds great. And like we're playing in sync, and it's nice for the frame of this show. But yeah, we can wreck each other in the confessionals now. That sounds good.
Yeah. Okay, Adam 2, I already had a confessional. It was nonsense. It's your turn to answer a question
All
from the
right.
chat.
So if you want to, you could push yourself for the role, and then you would have stress that you could clear with the confessionals.
Oh, we still
Where
have
I'm
to
going
roll
with
for this performance, don't we? There was a roll in there somewhere before I started feeling
I feel like we're about to make that role. And
Okay.
we're like doing a bunch of stuff leading up to it. So like maybe you could like push yourself for the performance.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's
Use the confessionals to clear some stress.
stress.
And then we're gravy. And you totally won't burn through all of your confessionals and have to do drama.
Great. I'm trying to find out where I mark my stress. So I'll push myself now and then do a confessional, and that'll clear one for the roll. Is that how that'll work?
Yep.
Okay. And pushing yourself
are
is
you
still
looking
2 stress
for-
in this?
Yep.
Okay. All
Where
right.
are you looking for
I'm
the
looking under the job.
Yep.
All right. It's the first one isn't marking, only the second one, but that's fine. I'll just keep track of where that dot is. Right.
Yep.
So got 2 stress
You're
now.
on,
All right.
you're on the right spot.
I'm going to push myself. Now I'll pick a confessional question. Is that what we'll do?
Yes.
Okay.
There's so many. There's so many.
There's so many.
Oh man.
Chat is so good. This is the best
Eric
chat
is a
we've ever
really
had in
one.
this game.
Word? Oh, a worm?
So many worms.
Hmm.
Are you going to confess to Jupiter's big red spot? The storm of perilous energy? Yeah.
I really like Eric's one.
Mhm.
It's a confess to me. Which missing quartet member was your former romantic partner? Yeah, that's great. So the music's playing. We flash back. Chat. Let's see. Let's give me a name, chat, and I will work that into what I'm going to do here.
I mean, their main name might just be Worms.
Oh, Wormy McWormface.
The advantage of playing animal-based Eldritch horrors, you're just like, spiders, it's spiders. Game over, spiders.
Spiders George.
Chad Hervaris was the violinist, and
I'll write that down.
It was we'd known each other for a while, and I think Chad was the first victim sacrificed, or he was the first one to ascend to be with the King of Serpents, which is murdered on a stone altar with a knife. It's very messy. But it was done from love, both for Chad and also wanting better things for Chad than this broken world that we live in, and sending him ahead to pave the way for our eventual return to the King of Serpents egg pouch.
We go through a lot of plastic sheeting. It's really weird to put on our tax forms at the end of the year.
I mean, that's how we cross over next season into the House Flippers one.
Do I get Icar for all of this worship?
Yep.
Yeah, we've got
If
like
you feel
a
it's
big
furthering
black
your-
bus tub at the foot of the altar.
Oh my god. there's the brainwashing involved in all of this.
No, I feel like my brainwashing is a separate thing. That's
Okay.
just my hobby. That's a hobby thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. Please,
Yeah.
like work-life balance.
Mhm.
Okay, so like we cut back to like another bow stroke, human screams, people like ripping off their clothes in the background because of the overwhelming sensation of worms. Yeah.
Just
Is
start
it my turn to do a confessional?
if you want to.
Yeah.
We should also break again.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
on that.
Yeah, like I like the image of like we're playing and like the dark horrors are making people like scream because worms are crawling under their skin.
Mhm.
That's nasty.
And we
That's
just
so
see
fucking
like
nasty.
things that might be veins, but then they separate from the rest, and
Yeah.
like
No veins are
The
that
neck.
thick. Veins don't
Mhm.
move like that. Veins don't move.
there's like a very stern, very old man who's like one of the groom's grandfathers, and he's got like that very serious old man vein thing going on, and then it just moves.
Gross.
Oh.
Are worms under our skin too?
I mean, yeah.
I believe they said everyone. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is just fucking Tuesday. Whatever. Monday night blood right, Tuesday worms. Let's just get this over with.
Yeah, like JJ looks
next song.
down and like trickle of blood out the nose probably is like things under his arm, like the ruffles start twitching maybe.
Yeah.
It's Friday. I must serve.
Yeah. Okay, so break time.
Yeah.
On that high note.
Mhm. Yep. I'm gonna have to grab more coffee.